Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Blue Exorcist Chapter 111. When we last left off, we spent a lot of time checking up on all of the various plot lines going on in this series, primarily Yukio and the Illuminati, where we found out that Yukio is immune to flame, and is using these two guns of Armumahel, I think was the name, that use Black Gehenna Flame, and he can use them because he's immune to flame or something. Also, his arm is healed, which he's not letting the Illuminati in on, I think. And then back on the ground, Lewin's defense did not go well at all when he attacked Eminescu, or Dragulescu, or whatever his name is now. But it didn't end up working well for him because Dragulescu still seems to have the contract of Moranath on his neck. Lightning thought that was a phantasma, but who knows whether that's right. And Shiemi is with the Grigori people, so who knows where that's gonna go. So let's jump right on into Chapter 111, SSC 4000B. And we open with Shima looking at what I'm assuming is Yukio's healed arm. Doesn't it feel weird or anything? No. Really? You never know. Maybe it'll grow eyes and a talking mouth or something. What am I doing today? You're free after they use some tests in your regenerated arm. So I guess they did... So I guess he's not hiding the fact that the arm is fine. Did he take the medicine that that Lucifer wanted him to take 2 months ago or whatever it was? I thought he declined it, but then it was healed up in the shower. But I don't know. What about trying out the Armumahel guns? They just scheduled an important experiment, so the entire lab is closed. And the commander wants to see you today. He's healthy and in fine spirits. Yukio flashes back. Thanks to these clones, however, I have replacements. Then Yukio responds to Shima. But no matter how many identical cloned bodies he has, if the egos inside aren't strong enough, he won't be fit for possession. Shima just kind of brushes that aside, and Yukio asks, "What? Again?" And Shima pulls him over, just between us. He's changing bodies all the time. What? The tech for regenerating human body parts and manufacturing whole clones existed soon after the establishment of the Illuminati. But making bodies for possessions by demons is difficult. So they didn't succeed until a month ago. And since then, he has changed his body from the neck down at least 3 times. It's like a horror movie. He can replace his head. Oh, that's what fucking Lewin Lightning was talking about last time. Because when Shima says that, we very unsubtly flash back to the True Cross Council. This is absurd. This is Arthur talking. Judging from that farce just now, Lightning has lost his wits, and this report he prepared is proof. Even worse, suggests that Oh, right, because it implied that Arthur might be a clone, too. And the old lady pipes up. It merely raises the possibility, and Arthur slams his hand on the table, but that isn't a possibility. Mephisto calmly kind of settles them down. That is beside the point. Shouldn't we discuss whether Dr. Dragulescu is a traitor? I'm addressing the credibility of that accusation. Do the Grigori know anything about this? And the old lady turns to Grigori, who were in the room. We heard nothing from the previous generation. However, they indicated they would abdicate shortly after the Blue Night, saying, we are not worthy of being Grigori. At the time, it appeared that was because they felt responsible for the Blue Night. Mephisto responds, I'm the only one here who has witnessed everything, and I vouch for the credibility of Lightning's report. And that includes the claims about you, Angel. But in the absence of proof, I cannot say for sure whether the doctor is innocent. Oh dear, does that bother you? And Arthur is enraged by this. Then would you like to discuss my credibility? There's no point discussing the credibility of a demon! And then we cut to Ryuji outside, who I think is still on the phone with Izumo, maybe? But at that point he sees Arthur, barge out of the room. Ah! The paladin! Wait! And Arthur glances back at him and walks off, and Ryuji sighs. Looks like it didn't work. And there's a pause on Izumo's end. The evidence wasn't strong enough, and the claims were too hard to swallow. And Izumo responds, I don't know much about it, but do you think that evidence is enough? And the old lady turns to Dragulescu. Doctor, what's wrong? The meeting is over. I know. I'm sorry, I don't feel well. I'll rest a moment before leaving. Yes, of course. And he sighs for a moment as everyone else leaves. This is your chance. You must hurry. A voice calls down. I don't know if this is meant to be a mental communication or if it's a voice that's just in the chamber, but the chamber is empty now. I'm not sure. I don't know if it really matters, but there is a light that we see in the ceiling. And Dragulescu responds, "Yes, I suppose I must." And the old lady comes outside and sees Ryuji. "Are you Lightning's pupil?" The Arch Knight knows the wielder of phantoms. "Venerable Master Lucy Yang." And Ryuji kneels before Lucy. "My name is Ryuji Suguro. What do you think of the evidence, boy? Or rather, what do you think of Lightning?" "Well, I'm the one to prepare the final documentation. I thought he took me as his pupil to help him make decisions. But then he goes off investigating all by himself and tortures people right and left and hides evidence from me and even fakes some. So you want to know what I think? I don't trust that lame-brained scoundrel. Ryuji is snapped now. He's just tired of all this shit. He's a scoundrel. Huh? Hee. And Ryuji gasps. "Sorry, I'm so frustrated that..." And Ryuji and Lucy is now just laughing wildly. "You're totally right, kid. Hee. But, I meant to hold him back if necessary. So I wish I had been there when it counted." Lightning chose a dedicated pupil. Then back on, Izumo's a little lost of what's going on. Ryuji? Hello? What happened? That was fast. Oh, and Ryuji pops up into the room. How did... and Lucy Yang is hanging out on his back, bored and looking for something to do. "Then come with me. Cut somewhere else where at a waterfall in the woods. I'm not quite sure where this is. Maybe it's somewhere in True Cross Town, but don't hold me to that. Anyway, we see Arthur's there. Arthur, older, because there's a guy coming that looks a lot like Arthur. Older brother. I have not seen you here for some time." Oh, that's the guy from. Oh, I know where we are. We're in the room where Shiemi was last chapter. Or the little zone where Shiemi was last chapter. And this is the guy from the Grigori Society who took Shiemi. Oh, shit! Will you not join Shemihaza's ceremony? No. I'm busy due to the current emergency. Indeed, there's no comparison between a holy knight and me. Perhaps you are tired. And Arthur doesn't say anything. Arthur? Brother. My father and mother. No, never mind. And the guy just looks at him. Your father was Duke Arthur Angel of Saintford, England, and your mother was Augusta Lorraine, a French aristocrat. Haven't you heard this before? A demon possessed your father, causing him to kill his subjects, retainers, and family. When the Knights of the True Cross performed an exorcism, the only survivor in the castle was you when you were young. This is all very suspicious. Arthur's about to realize that Lightning is right. That's my theory for this scene. Because this is all awfully convenient. No one else is still alive except him. No one can refute it. You were suffering from temptate, so Asylum took you in. You were only 15. Asylum suffered destruction during the Blue Night, so you survived yet another calamity, and you lost your memory of that time. It is understandable given such traumatic experiences. The Grigori known as Shemihaza took an interest in you, and we in the Uzai family raised you. You are fortunate. There is no shame in having no past. You've received a chance for a new life. This feels like a flashback. So we see a younger Arthur say, "Yes, sir," at that. And then they come back to the present. For the last 16 years, I have lived to repay my debt to the Grigori Agency, and to defeat the demons who took everything from me. But now it appears as it was all deception. Brother, was the Order sacrificing human lives for the demons? And am I a demon's... And you can't even finish the thought, as, the Grigori Society guy calmed him down. That Pierre was probably so consumed by his beliefs that he fell apart. But I know you, and your beliefs are correct. You are always correct. So yeah, that's... The Grigori Society is leading him on. Arthur is very clearly a clone at this point. How Arthur will react when he finally realizes that is a whole other question. They'll have to just wait and see. Anyway, back on the Illuminati ship. Do you even have a green area? There's aircraft like a whole city. And Shima's stomach growls, "Ugh, I'm starving." There's a food court ahead, so let's go eat. And they come to the food court, which is very highly populated. Like, the Illuminati, it looks like a fucking shopping mall's food court. There's food from all over the world here. Clones, rapid body regeneration, a flying city. It's all like magic. How is it possible? And Shima just responds, the Illuminati calls it magical science, but I don't get it. Probably like that one guy said. You know, about awesome gadgets looking like magic. You mean Clark's 3 laws? In other words, highly advanced science and technology is basically magic. There's chatter all over the place. Someone responds, whoa, there's a hero, a chosen one. And Shima looks up in awe. Okumura, long time no see. I was looking forward to seeing you again. And it's Todo. Hi, okay. Here we go. Can I sit next to you? And Yukio just looks at him. And someone responds off to the side, I see you are dining together. And it's Lucifer! May I join you? Commander-in-Chief, of course. Well then, let's eat. And so now this lunch party of Yukio, Shima, Todo, and Lucifer are all together. And Yukio just thinks to himself, how did I get into this mess? 3 star chefs who sympathize with the Illuminati provide the food here. Tasty, isn't it? Yes. And Todo just winks at him. Welcome to the Illuminati. And Yukio thinks, is this a nightmare? Okumura, this is Lucifer now. It was Todo who brought you to my attention. If he hadn't, I might have missed your potential. Todo has worked diligently for the society since its inception. Nah, it's been an enjoyable 16 years. Oh, there's that 16 years again. Alright, keep all that in mind. I was also put, so I think Ren and Yukio at this point are 16, so the Blue Knight would have been 16 years ago, I think, by now. Which means that the Blue Knight, Angel's, because Angel already said his memory was the 16 years Angel referred to was the 16 years since joining the Gregorian Society post-Blue Knight. For a second there I thought it was, since his family died and he got his memories, but it's not quite, so never mind that. Still, the Illuminati came right after the Blue Knight. Keep that in mind. If I hadn't met the Commander-in-Chief, I would never have known such a stimulating and eventful life. I would have walked a poor, monotonous path. And then he turns to Yukio. You're not making any progress. Huh? Does the Illuminati's cuisine agree with you? And Yukio pauses. I'm just not hungry. Oh, too bad. You still won't be honest, huh? We cut to Lucifer, by the way, who has like a 3-tiered pillar of food. But Yukio responds, what are you? Is this bullying? As you can see, I'm enjoying a stimulating and eventful full-course meal. Ha ha ha. You're funny, but that's not what I meant. I'd hoped you'd be enjoying an honest and free life before I met you again. What do you mean? I'm freer than ever before. And this big guy turns over to Todo. Chosen one, it is time. Commander, I must excuse myself to prepare for the experiment. Todo, you are the pride of our organization. You honor me. Thank you. And Yukio's really confused by all this. And then Todo's daughter, I think, right, whose name I can't remember, the woman with Lucifer, chosen one. You have my congratulations. I hope you fulfill your role without any complications. Thank you. It was a pleasure sharing one last meal with all of you. Huh? The mood in here is... Okumura. It's just like... When you learn to be honest, you will understand. So it looks like this experiment they're talking about. I think Todo's not going to make it out of that one alive, is my bet. What's going on? Todo is serving as the foundation for the Elixir's final experiment tomorrow. Does that mean he's going to die? It is all for fulfilling our fervent desire, which is... Oh, right, something about returning the world to nothing. Does that mean that Todo and everyone in the Illuminati volunteered for death? Indeed, they're prepared to sacrifice their lives. Shima cuts in. Nuh-uh, not me. You misunderstand. Our goal is the creation of a new world in which all are equal. So we must destroy the old world, and then we will recreate everything. For that is the Illuminati's mission. The people of Asaya are ignorant and pampered, but we of Gehenna thirst, suffer, and endure exile. Such a world is irrational and unjust. Wouldn't you agree? And the Illuminati members cheer and clap. Hear, hear, hooray! And Yukio just looks at him. Meanwhile, back in the True Cross dungeons, Lewin, remove the self bell you place on Dr. Dragulescu. I fashioned those magic chancellors myself. If you forcefully remove them, you'll lose both hands. That's a shame. This is more important than my hands. If the bell rings, I'm going after him. Lewin. Tomorrow we will establish an investigatory committee and take Dragulescu into custody. He will be unable to leave the Vatican until we reach a conclusion. Surely that is enough. It's too soft. It'll keep him in luxurious private lodgings where he can still stretch his wings. Don't be surprised if he decides to take flight. And I'm assuming it's another little, the magic bell thing, comes in around, Lewin and binds him. I told you, he's on the move. Bring me Ryuji. What? Ryuji? Oh dear. He's finally revealing himself, and that's Lucy Yang with Ryuji and Izumo. Lucy? Ryuji, bring me the Ouija globe. And Ryuji hands it to him. Here. Where is he? Show me! And, Lewin takes it. Lucy, are you defying the order? Osceola. Shiro was paladin when Dragulescu became an arch-knight. Do you remember what he said? He said Dragulescu was a virtuous mad scientist, which is worse than a bumbling villain. Now I realize what he meant. And Lewin has taken the globe and has found out where Dragulescu is. He's in Romania, at his base of operations, KRC Laboratory. Take him now and you have conclusive proof. I'll lead the way, so someone... and Osceola has now, like, in anger, like, sliced the bars diagonally. Grrr! Enough of this! And Osceola has cut the handcuffs open at the same time. So Lightning grins. Woohoo! And he jumps onto Osceola. I love you, Osceola! Now let's all storm the Romania branch! And Osceola's, like, super uncomfortable. Stop that! Meanwhile, on the airship, you... Halt! Someone, like, walks through the halls towards the door. The laboratory is sealed. Only authorized personnel may enter. And the person walking towards them is Yukio. Next chapter hits July 3rd. Alright. More fun in, Blue Exorcist, again. With quite a bit going on in this chapter. Once again, no Rin. Rin is... still locked in that room Mephisto threw him in back in 109. But that's fine. That's fine. There's still plenty going on with the rest of the cast. Particularly Lightning and Arthur and Yukio and the Illuminati get a little bit of time as well. But it is I feel like the bulk of the more interesting things are Arthur's backstory that we get in this chapter and Lightning, who is now free and on the move again as Osceola is choosing to take his chance on him. Lucy Yang is on his side, as are Ryuji and Izumo, and they're all going to, what's that place? Romania, to get to the bottom of this whole Dragulescu phenomenon. My theory is that Dragulescu kept his body that's bound by the contract of Mornath in stasis, so that when he needs it, he can put it back on and then go to meetings like, see, here's my contract right here, I can't talk about anybody. That's my theory for how he's operating. And now that he believes himself that he's going to be free, he's going back to Romania, getting a freer body, and will be eviling it up with the Illuminati. But yeah, there's now a squad going to capture Dragulescu. And yeah, that's really the bulk of Lightning's plotline. Arthur's is the most interesting, in my opinion, this month, as Arthur is slowly realizing that he is a clone. You know, either he will accept that he's a clone, and that'll react some way, or he will fervently deny that he's a clone, and be so entrenched in that he, I don't know, maybe tries to kill, Lightning at some point. I don't know. But anyway, the big thing I want to talk about both this chapter and the previous one is that my biggest complaint for the past year, as we were through the bulk of the SSC flashback, is that Blue Exorcist has this phenomenal supporting cast that we see all through these past two chapters, and Todo kind of threw them all on the back burner for a good year. While we focus on Rin and Yuri and Shiro and their backstory. And so it's good that we're finally getting back to the side characters and everything they're doing, which is really the bulk of this arc at this point. I will say I do wish Kato could divide between those two plot lines. You know, we can cut back into Rin and still have this story going on in the same chapter. It might be nice, but whatever. Anyway, one last thing to talk about is the Illuminati, who have somehow killing Todo is important to the elixir that Lucifer needs. The big thing, though, I'm still fairly convinced that Yukio is not going to stay this pro-Illuminati guy. That he was doing something. That he's going to end up as some, like, third party in all this. So that'll probably be what comes up next month, as he is now... Well, what matters is what Yukio is doing coming to the laboratory, where presumably Todo is being killed in the experiment. But yeah, there really is just a whole lot here. Which is good, and our 2-month hiatus is over, and we'll be back in July. So I think we'll leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like, or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!